You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, bunch of train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know the flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
Just our effort, guys are flying around, covering for each other, physicality, communication. The biggest thing we've been talking about is communicating and physicality. I think we did that tonight.
We talked a lot about Peters and how he's adjusted. It seems like tonight was one of his better all-around games.
Yeah, I agree. I think, his poise, his playmaking settled us, and then his pace. He felt him early, especially when he rebounds like that, we're gone. To rebound like that at his size and position, it just fuels our offense. And then he continues to grow defensively, into the ball, making havoc plays out there and great attention to detail right now. I see a focused young man, so I thought he was fantastic tonight.
DQ, talked much about him since he's but again, 7 points, 9 rebounds. It seems like he was kind of in his minutes all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I think he obviously impacts the game and rebounds the ball and a hub for us. I know there's it's a little tricky. We have a number of guys handling the ball right now, but he's showing up, producing, and both the young guys have played well.
He asked about the response after they cut it to single digits and you go on that 8-0 run out of the timeout and Bryce knocking those two big threes down. The confidence you have now in Bryce McDonald's those are situations where you really needed a bucket and he delivered.
He delivered, yeah. He's been doing that. He and Sadiq, big time plays, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor too. But Bryce has been fantastic. That was a huge bucket, maybe the biggest game of the, biggest bucket of the game. I think we were 7. We couldn't score. He knocks down a big 3, and then we kind of played through Sadiq and Bryce down the stretch, finding the matchup we wanted. His teammates trust him. We trust him. We believe in him. He's been fantastic all year.
We talk about it for 2 games, but just the difficulty is to play here. You got to battle mental as well as physically. It's a pretty solid accomplishment to win 2 games in 2 days in this venue, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever done that here. That's a big accomplishment in Utah, and it doesn't matter who's on the floor. It doesn't matter what their record is. They feel very comfortable at home. The crowd brings it. I think a big part of the game tonight was the way we started. We took the crowd out of the game early. They couldn't find their energy, and we just built that lead into the halftime. I thought that was a fantastic close. That was really the separator for the game, was the end of the second quarter. The fans couldn't really get into it at that point. Obviously, we got to close better. There's moments in the second half where we got to grow as a team, not turn the ball over, control the game, not let the foot off the gas. But to come out of here with 2 wins, fantastic. But we got a quick turnaround here. No, I think he tweaked the ankle. Well, I'll get some more information right now. Obviously, we fly here in a short bit, so hopefully it's nothing serious, and we'll have him back out there very soon. Good, thanks.
For all things Pelicans, shout out to the fam, man. Pels, Get the dub, man. That's 4 straight for the Pels. They are now 19-42. They take down the Jazz. And that's 2 games there with the Jazz. And the reporter's right, man. Beating the NBA team, beating them like that in contests is tough. And you can see how the Jazz were playing, man. The Jazz were handling the business, to be honest with you, man. Big QDC, for all things Pelicans, we up in this thing, man, for this matchup. And listen, fam, it was pretty interesting to see my Pels and your Pels start to really climb and try to take possession of it. Man, to see the maturation, man, of Jeremiah Fears. You know how he played in this game. 11 rebounds from Jay Fears. Are you kidding me? 5 assists, 18 points, plus 17. Young man playing serious ball, man. Sadiq Bey's on a tear. You know, he's doing his thing. Bryce McGowan's. With Zion getting hurt, man, and leaving the game, not having Trey, these are 20-point scorers. Does it slow the Pels down? No. Sadiq Bey says you need more points, defense. I got you, 24 points. Herb put 17 in, 7 of 16. He had 3 buckets, 3 3-pointers tonight. Bryce McGowan's in 33 minutes. He had 4 3-pointers and 18 points added to it. And there were several other Pelicans having big performances to help us keep this thing going. The Pelicans improved, man. So we in this thing. Y'all hit that like button and the sub button, the subscribe button and the share button, man. PPR in here recapping this thing. Pels tune up the Jazz for their 4th straight win. As we have a back-to-back, we have to hurry up, get on the plane, and go to Clipper country to take on those Clippers who are currently on a 3-game slide. So we got some work to do, but it's real good. DC, how you doing tonight, my brother? How you feeling? DC, are you there? His mic is off. Can you hear me, bro?
you supposed to hit my mic, man. Be a good moderator.
All right, there you go. You got to hit your own button sometime, my brother. You know,
You asked me how I'm feeling. I'm tired, bro. That's why I ain't hit my mic button, bro. I need you to do that for me. But
okay, I hear you, brother.
Yeah, I had a full day before I start watching the Pelicans again. But
late. It's late in the game, brother.
Yeah,
it's late
man.
in the game.
Yeah. But great showing, from the Pels, but this is pretty much falling into what we expected. They go and play a Jazz team that, to me, we did what we were supposed to do tonight. I'm not saying that, but they obviously don't want to win, in my opinion. 4 straight wins though for the Pels, man. 4-5 coming out of the All-Star break. They're doing everything that you would want them to do, to be able to handle their business. It's tough to see Zion lead a game with an ankle injury tonight. Probably have DeJounte back tomorrow. And who knows? Yves came back, so maybe Trey Murphy's back and just keeps everything going, man. Well, I know Borrego probably has a little sense of relief because he don't have to figure out that rotation. Like every time somebody come back, somebody else get hurt. So a little less pressure on him to mess up the rotation. And how about Herb, man? Herb coming alive again tonight, man. Everybody had a solid game in that starting lineup, man. And I think they really found something with DeAndre at center for right now, at least, and probably closing out the season. Really looking at Derek Queen now to see how he responds, because as Jeremiah Fears, stepped his game up, and man, all the praise he's getting is well deserved, man. This dude has just grew leaps and bounds from what he was as an inefficient 16, 17-point scorer to just watching him turn into a high caliber point guard, man, and he's going to be a star. He's going to be a star guard. If he keeps excelling at the rate he is, man, shit, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the league. It's going to be awesome for us to watch. But I'm curious to see how Derek Queen handles his Jeremiah Fear moment, because now he's basically getting benched and not getting the minutes he's used to. So this is going to be something else for us to watch, man. And I'm very excited about playing the Clippers, because I think this is going to be an entertaining game. And it ain't going to be one where we can kind of end with a double-digit lead the way we did against Utah.
Yeah, the Clippers going to be tough, man. especially on that back-to-back. They're not playing the best basketball either, and they barely beat us on that last-minute shot by Kawhi Leonard. Back in late, what was that? October. They beat us by 2 on the last-minute shot. So we get an opportunity to go up there and kind of even it up against this team, man. And, of course, we know Darius Garland, I think he will be out in this game with a toe issue, but we'll get into all of the preview stuff for the Clippers matchup momentarily. Let's kind of hit up the stats. You heard what Coach Borrego did say about Zion Williamson. He described the ankle injury as a tweak, right? He left that early in the second quarter, about 9:33 there, and played only 11 minutes, and we're unclear of what to expect in terms of what happened. So they'll test on it. We should know something maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I don't think he plays tomorrow, to be honest with you. Usually pretty cautious with Zion Williamson when he gets bangs. Right. So his status against the Clippers tomorrow will more than likely be he will be probably shut down until we get more of a definitive timeline there. But he played in 44 games this season for the Pelicans and been doing a really good job. Just one of those freak things that happened with Zion tonight. But anyway, let's get right on into the team statistics for our Pelicans tonight. They were 39 of 85, 46% from the field. They had 15 3-pointers, 15 of 44 for 34%. And they were 22 of 29 from the foul line, 76%. Jazz 33 of 96 for 34% shooting from the field, 12 of 43 for 28, and they were 27 of 33 from the foul line for 82%. Pelicans almost 60 rebounds tonight. Big rebound tonight by the Pelicans. They finished with 58. The assist game, once again, the Pelicans eclipsed 30-plus assists in the game. They had 32, Jazz with 24. Jazz did have the steal advantage, 10-5. Pelicans had the block game, 11-5. And the turnovers, Pelicans had 19 turnovers, giving up 24 points, single-digit Jazz turnovers with just 7 and giving up 9. Fast break game was Pels, 23-17, as well as the points in the paint, 46-42. And the Pelicans had the largest, they had a lead as large as 27. The Jazz, as scrappy as they were, they made it entertaining. They never led in this game at all. And the Pelicans were just able to push past that shorthanded team. Now, they did get their spark plug scorer back, but, it didn't make much of an impact right now, as we know the Jazz are looking at the future. In terms of what we had individually speaking, top scorer for the Pels tonight was Saddiq Bey. 39 minutes, 24 points, 7 of 16 from the field. He had 3 3-pointers and was 7 of 10 from the foul line. Threw in 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He was plus 11 for Mr. Saddiq Bey, who continues to be somebody you can rely on for the Pelicans, playing just phenomenal basketball, the best basketball I ever seen him play of his career. Bryce McGowan stepped in there in 33 minutes and threw in 18 points. He hit a bunch of killer shots, finishing strong through contact. Bryce McGowan's playing defense, and plus he added 18 points to the offensive side of things. Man, he was finishing at the rack, getting, and ones and stuff. And Bryce McGowan's, man, I just love how he played tonight, man. If he can play like this every night, man, off the bench or in the starting role when somebody's banged up, we'll be in good shape. He also had 4 rebounds and a couple of assists with a steal, plus 9 for Bryce. 17 from Herb in 36 minutes. He was 7 of 16 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown. Herb had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a block, and plus 16 on defense with Herb Jones. We know Zion left with about 11 minutes, tweak that ankle. He had 4 points in the board. DeAndre Jordan in 13 minutes had 3.7 rebounds and a steal for him, plus 4. Off the bench, Pelicans bench once again was solid. Now, they didn't beat the Jazz bench. I think it was 51-49 advantage Jazz off the bench, but the Pelicans bench was doing defense and offense to help balance the team. 18 points from Jay Fears in 34 minutes, 5 of 14 from the field, 2 of 8 from downtown, but he was perfect from the foul line, 6 of 6. He had 11 rebounds to lead the team tonight, along with 5 assists. He did have 5 turnovers, 2 blocks. He had 10 defensive rebounds and plus 17. Just big performance for Jeremiah Fears. Seeing the floor, the game is slowing down, and you see him developing before your very eyes. Jordan Poole in 15 minutes, he had 11 points. He had 3 3-pointers for Fears and hit a couple of them really in great moments. 3 rebounds and an assist from him on the day. Eves came back. How about Eves? He came back in for 12 minutes. Had about 3 rebounds and assists and threw in 5 points in his return. Derek Queen, 19 minutes, 7 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, plus 2 for Queen. Carlo in 25 minutes off the bench, 8 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. Carlo just he just packs those stats, man, and just performs. And then we seen Mr. Peavy come back from injury and get a minute or so in the game. Didn't really have much of a stat breakdown, just a rebound. We've seen Jordan Hawkins too as well. He missed 2 3-pointers badly. But outside of that, the Pels were able to get a 10-point win on the Jazz. That's the second win against the Jazz as they have 4 straight and they improve and move forward. So outside of that, DC, what you got to say about that, man?
Man, I'm looking at the team statistics. DeAndre Jordan come with some type of blocking perk, it seems, man. Since they didn't put him in the starting lineup, man, we just racking up blocks. I was tripped out watching you say we had 11 blocks tonight, man. He ain't had none. But since he didn't win the starting lineup, Jamar Fears got 2 blocks. We saw Misi had 4 blocks the other game. Not Misi, Carlo had 4 blocks the other game. How many Misi had tonight? I think Misi had probably about 4 blocks tonight, right? Yeah, Misi had 3 blocks tonight.
Yeah, Misi had 3 blocks. Carlo had 2 by Poole, 2 by Fears.
It's crazy, man.
All off the bench.
Yeah, looking at that, and obviously the rebounds, but the assists is the other thing as a team that I've seen them do. And, this was happening prior to the Utah game. It seems like the DeJounte Murray effect. As soon as he comes back, everybody's trying to share the ball, man. We're not seeing the whole ISO, your turn, my turn thing. So he's ignited something within the team, and it's a spirit that seems to have traveled throughout the whole team. And they got 32 assists tonight. Like, how many times have the Pels had 30-something assists this season, man? Probably only happened one other time. If they can play like that, and it's a lot of caring on the defensive side of the ball. I've seen a lot of effort after the All-Star break. Maybe the players are reignited with us. I guess holding people accountable for their mistakes. And yes, that means taking Derek Queen out of the starting lineup due to his defensive inefficiencies that they got pretty bad, at certain points this season. And they actually care about winning games. So if you see things that are happening that don't lead to winning, you're getting pulled out of the game. Like Jordan Poole had a moment in this game where he started to get a little wild, man. Borrego, I think he called timeout and set his ass on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So guys are actually being coached, being held accountable, and we're seeing it show up in the effort. And it kind of looks like a different team right now to me, man. So individually tonight, though, the performance that obviously stuck out to everybody was Jeremiah Fears. 18 points. He had 11 rebounds. Led team in rebounds, man. It's probably the shortest dude on our team. Led us in rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers, but that's okay. He played 30-something minutes. He had the ball in his hand a lot. 2 blocks, plus 17 on the night. And in my opinion, he definitely is, reason we won this game. Although, Sadiq, man, Sadiq is a machine. 24 points again tonight, 6 assists for Sadiq. Sadiq definitely did his thing, and he was a part of that too, carrying over from that 40-point game the other night. But Jeremiah Fears came in, man, and, we had that lead to begin with. Jazz was shooting horribly, and then they got back in the game, kind of tied things up, and they went with that second unit, and Fears came out there, man, and he just had it on his mind tonight, man. Led a complete charge, 18-2 run. I ain't going to say by himself because his teammates were obviously involved, but it was really his unselfishness of getting some of those assists you see, although he only had 5. He had a lot of, I guess you would call them hockey assists, a lot of great passes and in timely situations that contributed to other guys passing and putting other teammates in an excellent position for us to be able to score, man. And everybody's playing defense. And that charge was led by him. So he had the most impressive performance tonight, and obviously I say what I said about Sadiq, and you already covered Bryce McGowan, so I'm gonna give him a shout out. 4 for 10 from the 3-point line, man. This dude a true 40% shooter. Q, I think it might be real, bro. But nonetheless,
Just need him to keep this up, bro. Sometimes I've seen some performances by Bryce where he had this passive aggressive thing. If he can mix his game like this and stay balanced with defense and offense, man, this will work for us.
them giving him that contract, man, seems to giving him a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
I haven't
absolutely.
seen him have those types. I know the games you're talking about too, but I haven't seen not one of those games since he got that contract. Bryce to me is a guy kind of does all the right things, right? Do all the things you're supposed to do. He's obviously listening to the coach and going out and implementing his role. I think them giving him that contract has given him more confidence to, I guess, maybe take more chances and step out the box a little bit, of just being completely in that role player box all the time. I'm not saying he trying to be some star or something, but he just feels more comfortable to try to do a little bit more and show other aspects of his game. Because I mean, the brother can shoot, he can dribble and he can pass, and he can play defense. So it ain't like he just some one dimensional guy. You go out there and he just can only play defense, man. Bryce had a bunch of times he's like, man, Bryce, what you doing? He going up and taking that? Oh, and one, damn. All right, well, familiar, dog. Like, you really know what you're doing. That shit ain't luck, okay? And he do that all the time, man. Bryce probably get at least 1 and 1 every game, right?
Yep.
Tonight though, I was the other player, already kind of mentioned it, but Herb, man. Herb had it on his mind tonight. I ain't gonna lie. A few of the first 3-pointers, Herb is up there, sidestep 3-point. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit again. Bro, come on, Herb, man. And he shows you. Herb been working on that, man. Herb been working on that. He ain't never gave up, and they started to drop tonight. I mean, he shot probably about 35% from 3, so ain't nothing crazy, but it's just fascinating to me to see him have that level of confidence, that level of faith and trust in his shot, and I think that says a lot. Although, I've complained about Herb shooting 3-pointers, the whole thing ain't about 3-pointers because I thought overall he played well tonight. He always plays good defensively. I'm mainly focusing on offensively because at times Herb has become, to me, a hindrance to the offense at times. Tonight got 17 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I like to see him keep that up. I know he ain't gonna be able to get 7 assists every night, but the rebounds, 8 rebounds, after DeJounte Murray called him out in that press conference, saying, yeah, Herb need to rebound too. I'm like, damn, DeJounte, you just got back there. You already, all right, he ain't wrong. And Herb come out, he got 8 rebounds, you know what I'm saying? And the confidence he has in that 3-point shot lets me know that he's constantly working on it. And I think that does bode well for him eventually, maybe getting back or close to that 40% guy that we seen when Herb had his best season, man. Because confidence is everything with shooting. And tonight, just looking at it, even though as much as I complained about him taking too many threes and taking them at the top of the key, I definitely got to respect and admire his confidence for him to keep shooting them and not allowing teams to just leave him in a corner. I know he don't want to be that guy that's scared to take the shot, and I don't think he ever will. And I think that eventually they'll start falling. And we're seeing Euro Herb come back tonight. That's what I was looking for, man. He'd be attacking the paint, cutting, hitting the Euro step. I think that's when he is at his most effective. And just don't try to eat completely off that 3-point line as we've seen him do at times this season to no avail.
Well, to be honest with you, since you criticized him on taking those shots several games back, man, he it's been a change. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it,
I called it out, man. I got to give him his praise too, bro, because
Yeah.
it's coming together tonight.
well, DC, I
The
mean,
division.
you called it correct. I mean, he hits over the last 10. He's shooting 28% from downtown. Tonight he was 37.5%. So yeah, the game came together for Herb, and we definitely gonna need that extra production from Herb until we see what's going on with Zion, until we figure out what's going on with Trey Murphy. We're gonna need
You
some of
think
these other guys to step
Zion?
up.
You think Zion plays tomorrow? You said no.
No, I would say no. I would definitely say no to Zion playing tomorrow. He did reference it as a tweak, which is it doesn't worry me that when you tell a player he just tweaked it a little bit. But it's Zion Williamson. We know that the Pelicans, regardless of who running the team, they always seem to be extra cautious with Zion.
I think he
when
comes
you
back a lot earlier than expected. I think it's only a twisted ankle. I mean, man, you could throw a little ace bandage on there, put some Novocaine on that sucker, a little Novocaine pad. You know, he'll be all right. I think we probably see Zion against the Lakers, though.
Right.
And I think
right.
they hold him out against the Clippers because, all of those games are just too close. You got
Right.
him on Sunday, and then you turn around and play the Lakers on Tuesday.
Right.
And then who do we play on Thursday? Sacramento?
I think it was. Hold on, let me look
I
at
think we
it.
play Sacramento.
I'm gonna have to look it up. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but
I
yeah,
believe it's Sacramento, man. And if you're able to beat the Lakers or serious about beating the Lakers, you're gonna need Zion. But you don't need Zion to be able to beat Sacramento. And I think you can beat the Clippers without them too, with the roster that they got. They're pretty short-handed, so I think we see them against the Lakers.
Yeah, tomorrow's the Clippers at 8 p.m. Then Tuesday is the Lakers. Then Thursday it's Sacramento. Then Friday it's Phoenix, and then Sunday it's Washington. Then the Pelicans come on. Next Wednesday against the Wednesday after next for Toronto at home in the Smoothie King Center. That is going to be a Wednesday game. We'll be back. So yeah, they got a couple of games, man, that we got to see, and of course we still watching to see what's going on with Trey as well. But the Pelicans, man, they're a deep team. They did get Eves back tonight. You seen PV return. They're gonna have to dig into the bench there to help out with the rest of what's going on here. But you asked the question about how many times this season the Pelicans have recorded 30 more assists in the season, and according to the statistics I looked up, they said it's 6 times. DC, 6 times this season, the Pelicans have had 30 or more assists in the game, and the record when they get at least 30 assists, excluding overtime, they're 4-2. Their season high was like, what was it, the 40 assist game? Mm-hmm. But outside of that, man, that's what they're saying. So when they move the ball, they pick up some wins, man. 4-2 during that time. All right, so anyway, let's kind of move on and get into the preview side of things, man. Next up, we got the Clippers, man. This will be tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Time. That's our time here, but it's going to be another late West Coast game, and it's going to be interesting against this team. We've lost 2 games in a row so far to the Clippers. We barely lost the last game against the Clippers on the last minute. Leonard shot. He shot the ball, a jump shot, walking off, a walk-off jump shot to get the win on us. Darius Garland, who the team picked up, is according to what they're saying, that he's going to be out for this upcoming game with a toe issue. He doesn't return. It's supposed to be until the following game. Now, John Collins is a game time decision. He got a head issue that he dealing with as well. So we'll see what that looks like. We know DeJounte Murray should return for this game. We don't know what's going on with Zion quite yet with the ankle, and Trey might be a few more games before we see what's going on with Trigger Trey Murphy. As I mentioned, the Clippers are on a 3-game losing streak. The record is 27-31. They're on a 3-game slide currently, and we gotta take advantage of that, man. So this is not going to be an easy game, regardless of what happens here, DC. I mean, the Pelicans gonna have to keep putting this stuff together. Look at these statistics right here that this team have in terms of what they do. They average just under 112 a game. That's 27, but they stop you in terms of opposition points per game at 112.2, 7th in field goal percentage, 12th in the free throw attempts, their first in free throw percentage there, 14th in steals per contest, and 17th. Our Pelicans are improving, so a lot of these statistics are starting to kind of climb a bit against this team, but I don't see the Clippers as a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that they have Kawhi Leonard, and he's a difficult player to deal with, DC. The matchup indicator is definitely saying that they got the Clippers overwhelmingly smashing down on our Pelicans, 74% to 26%. So going up there, they're 14-13 in their building, 27-31 overall. The Pelicans on a 4-game winning streak, feeling really good, man. We're missing out without. We probably won't be without Zion. We definitely won't be without Trey, but we got everybody else. DeJounte should return. What are we looking like here, man? What's the preview in terms of what we do to get the victory?
I think it's really simple, man. The Clippers obviously aren't going to be a team that, just 100% gives it to you. I don't know how serious they are about winning either, man. It's getting to the point where it's like the last chance to tank for some teams. I know as long as Kawhi out there, you always got something to worry about, right? They do have Brook Lopez, John Collins. If he's truly out, I think that would be a big blow. Ben Mathurin definitely could score, but to beat the Clippers, man, I think the main thing is gonna be not on the refs, but we can't get handsy, man, and overfoul, because if we send them to the foul line, like you said, they're number 1 in the league in free throw percentage. A lot of that's probably because of Kawhi, because pretty sure he's probably like damn near a 90% free throw shooter, 88%. And it's really trying to contain him. The point guard is an issue for them right now. Without Darius Garland, this James Harden isn't there anymore. Rebounding is a real problem for them right now. So I think we match up well with them with our length. And if we run the type of lineups we ran tonight, we should be able to have another 55, 58 rebound, game against this version of the Clippers. This isn't the same version of the Clippers that we faced when Kawhi hit us with that game winner, man. I mean, there's no more Zubac. There's no more James Harden. Bradley Beal is out for the season. Right. John Collins may be out. This is a lot. They don't have Darius Garland, who's supposed to be the next guy to come there. So you're depending on Ben Mathurin, Nicholas Batum to do something. And you got Chris Dunn, who's very serviceable point guard, and I think can play solid, but Chris Dunn ain't scaring nobody offensively, a really good defender. But Bogan Bogdanovic is actually on the team. Wow, I didn't realize that. But they got him way in the back of the depth chart. So he in the rotation.
Yeah, he ain't a factor in so
Derrick Jones Jr., ain't that. So it's simple to beat the Clippers, man. You got to go out there. Don't get crazy with the fouls, man. Try to stay out of the foul game. Don't get foul baited. And you just have to contain Kawhi. You're not going to shut him down. You got to contain Kawhi. But, I mean, he's just one guy. So if we can play team ball the way we've been playing, especially with having DeJounte back. So if this game is tight down the stretch, the fact that we have a true point guard that can see the game, differently than most of the point guards we had, and be able to keep the team cool, calm, and collected in those pressure moments without being rattled, I think is huge, because this may be a game, that won't be a double-digit blowout. We might have to go down to the end of this game and be able to handle business in those last 4 minutes to not squander the opportunity to be able to move up again, because I think if we beat the Clippers, we move up another spot in the standings, probably like 12th or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. We ain't got to wait long. We'll be right here tomorrow.
What's the starting 5 for the Pelicans?
Who's coming back? I mean, I would imagine
you're gonna be without Zion, and more than likely you'll be without
Trey and
Zion.
if Trey and Zion is out, I don't know, man. That's tough.
I mean, you got Murray returning, Murray, Herb, Sadiq. They're gonna play DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre's gonna be the Sadiq.
McGowan's.
Herb. Yeah, I mean, you would have to. You would have to play McGowan's. I think just for the sake of the matchup, maybe it's smart to depending on the conversations they have with him after this game because his defense was horrible. Maybe you throw Derek Queen in and give him a start this game on the side of DeAndre. I think being out there with Herb and DeJounte and Sadiq and DeAndre, that could cover up a lot of his liabilities, but more than likely it's gonna have to be Bryce, man, just due to the shooting. He can hit down wide open 3-pointers, and other than Sadiq, I mean, that's pretty much our only legit 3-point threat. Maybe Herb is coming along, and what we saw this game is a sign of things to come. But till that's for sure, you probably gonna have to go Bryce, right?
Yeah, I would say Bryce because with Trey out, with Zion out, I would say it'd be DeJounte Murray. He returns. Sadiq Bey, Herb. They're gonna play DeAndre Jordan, and I would say Bryce McGowan's, and then your bench should be interesting as well with Queen coming up off the bench. Then I'm pretty sure he'll use Carlo and the Eves at some point, Fears, Poole, and somebody gonna get some extra minutes. It more than likely it's going to be Peavy, so Peavy might get a little extra time there as well. With them lineups getting jumbled up a bit, we'll see.
Oh man, you might not have a lot of extra minutes to go around because you're gonna have to play Misi and Carlo, and especially for the matchup, I would like to make sure all our bigs get sufficient minutes because Clippers are on a very big team right now, and I think that would benefit us a lot to stay big against them.
Yeah, we'll see, DC. We'll see how that looks. But you're right, the Clippers they starting big. It's Brook Lopez. He's like 100 years old, and like I said, they lost. Yeah, they did give up a lot in that trade, man. And this is not the same team that we've seen, man. So they're still a well-coached team, man.
For the future, man. The Clippers ain't worrying about this year. They they're gonna try to draft some people and sign somebody else to pair with Kawhi and Garland, and then they're gonna make a run at it again. But they ain't worrying about nothing this year. Right.
All right. So anyway, with that being said, man, what's your call, DC? Who gets the dub, man?
I think we get the dub, man. The Pels, the Pels have shown me that they can be competent enough to go ahead and take what's being given to them. And the Clippers are wounded right now. You're playing a pretty good brand of basketball. You're confident. And we're going to have DeJounte Murray playing. If DeJounte Murray didn't play and we got the same, lineup we got tonight, I don't know. The Clippers might be able to get us with, no Zion, no Trey, no DeJounte. I don't think we could beat them. But with DeJounte coming back and Ferris playing the way he's been, and you don't have to put the pressure on him to put him in the starting lineup. You kind of let him stay in that role that he's been in. I think mixing him and DeJounte, man, just kind of solves all our problems at the point guard position. And that's really, people be looking at the Pels and be like, man, why are they so sad? They got all this talent. And to me, it's always been the same issue for years, man. We never had a point guard along with the health stuff, and we had Willie Green as our coach. But we never solved the point guard in the center position. This year, you can see now, just with DeJounte coming back, just having a competent point guard along with a very, very up-and-coming rookie point guard with Fears, just solve so many of your problems. Like, we got 30 assists, 32 assists tonight, man. So with a point guard, the Pels always have the ability to be a very scary team, man, and be able to beat any team on any given night. Coaching would be next because we have to figure out how to consistently play like this and stay like this. And if Borrego make the play in Q and get to the playoffs, he's still gonna be the coach.
I mean, if he gets to the plan, yeah, if he gets in the plan and they gets to the plan and gets him into the playoffs, that what you mean? Will he be the coach the following season? I would have to challenge that. I mean, it's a good feat to do it. It would be a really good story, to be honest with you, with all the losing that we do, that the Pelicans put it all together on the back end of the season and go on a 15-game winning streak and then whatever or however it is and win these games and climb into the play-in and then secure a spot in the playoffs. That'll be really fun to watch. But in the end, if you want to win a chip, I don't think Borrego gets you there. I mean, if you have an opportunity to bring in a coach that got some resume to him, man, I'd be looking at that, man, for real. I mean, I appreciate Borrego for what he's doing. It'd be a good job. But any decent coach should be able to do this once they get all the players healthy.
What if they give him a 1-year deal or something like that?
That sound about right. That sound.
If DeJounte's coming back and DeJounte meshes well with Borrego, which is looking like it's the case, I think that could be a situation.
I don't like the idea.
I'm just saying, you can't have it every way, man. If they make the play and oh Lord, if they fuck around and win them 2 games and make it to the playoffs, it's pretty much it.
I mean, it makes a case for them to stay, but still in all, if I'm James Borrego, Joe Dumars, I think it's a good feat to be able to do it, but I wouldn't entirely let it cloud my vision in terms of what I want to have in terms. Because listen, if he screws this up and stays with this guy, keeps this guy from the previous administration, that's going to be a mark on him. So if any chance you have to be able to clean the cupboard and get a coach that that has the resume that you can bring to excite the base, if it's between them looking at a Malone or a Coach Bud or somebody like that, man, I'm going to go with them guys, man. It's the resume. They got championships, man. And Borrego's a good dude. He's not a guy that's going to take you to the promised land. I mean, you might do something nice and get a little play-in, and if you're fortunate enough, you might be able to get into the playoffs and before the first seed clean you up because your defense still not good enough. We're still not there. We're winning some games, but don't get clouded by the fact that a lot of the teams we playing, they're not playing. They don't have their best players. We played a Utah team that we beat, yes, indeed. But how would this game look if they had Lauri Markkanen, if they had Jaren Jackson Jr., if they had all these other guys there? How would this look? We were having problems with some of these guys. We had to hit shots, but the Pelicans defense, even though they're winning, that defense is not there yet. That defense is not there yet, and that is Borrego. That's not his sticking point. I mean, they're doing better offensively, but the defense is not good enough to compete with really solid teams. We just give up way too much easy stuff inside, man. They still confused on how to play defense. They still don't know how to switch well. But, yeah, you would have to get a coach that is balanced, that understands how to coach defense and offense, that has a resume that players will respect. And that's my mindset. We done did this before with all this other stuff with these different type of coaches, the Willie Greens and all these kind. So I would caution Joe Dumars to not get caught up in the now and be more of a visionary, look down the road and know your history of this team and understand when you get a chance to get a really good credentialed head coach with a championship ring that command respect and the dude sitting there waiting and it's available, then you go after that. You don't do the cheap man route and the safe man route by keeping a guy that you had here before. That's not going to get you anywhere. You got to be able to make some chances. And if you the new GM here, man, you better go out and get your coach. Get your damn coach. Don't sit up here and play with the rest of these people that have been here for some times. And like I said, I'm not clouded by that. I'm happy for the wins, but I'm telling y'all.
I mean, you shouldn't be, man. But
I'm telling y'all, I'm not an excited dude.
The optics of us having what's your boy who's in Minnesota?
Finch.
we had Chris Finch, right? And
He
then
was an
we
assistant. Yeah.
and we let him go, and we had to sit through, the whole Willie Green shit. How different would things have looked if we kept Chris Finch?
Well,
Then
been a
you
bit
got
different.
Borrego. If he make the play in or the playoffs or whatever, I'm pretty sure that will bode well for him finally getting a chance, having a coaching job somewhere, regardless of his year. Man, what if he's successful though, man? I mean, the optics just look worse
I
and
care.
worse.
I don't
But
care.
if
I don't care about that because
you
I mean,
should get your own coach as a new
right. That's
GM.
what I'm saying,
You gotta
DC.
start
You got to
off
get your
fresh
guy
with your own stuff.
with your own stuff.
Even if the other guy is successful, you still should start with your own stuff.
But look, but that could be said about everything. That could be said about
Players.
about players. We seen players. Look what Bi doing. Look what we seen it in a small increment with Dyson Daniels when he got to Atlanta. We seen the two general managers leave the Pelicans and have success to a degree in operations they're running now. We seen what Bryson Graham did with Atlanta. He's making moves there to make them competitive in the future. We seen what Trajan Langdon is doing with the Detroit Pistons when given a chance. So it's nothing new. We've seen general managers and players leave this organization and go somewhere else and thrive because the environment is conducive for that. So when you have an opportunity to kind of clear out things, the last thing they haven't done is the coaching staff. I mean, they've made personnel changes at the administrative level. They've made changes at the player level. They have not made any changes at the coaching level, which is the last thing they have to do to kind of shift this thing in a direction. We picking up wins now, but remember, there's teams that are looking to tank that we're playing, that we'll be seeing, that's looking to tank. They have an incentive to lose, sad to say. We do not. We don't have a high pick. We don't, we're not even factors in that crap. We got a second round selection that we got because of the Jose Alvarado trade. But outside of that, the draft is that's a non-factor for us. We're actually trying to play for a play-in spot. And the Pelicans, this is where we are. So if they make the play-in, that's terrific. If they sneak into the playoffs, that's cool. But at the same time, I will not be swayed by just that. I have to be able to get a coach that can be able to coach offense and defense and bring a staff in here. We just, we scoring a lot of points, but fam, this staff is not no. I mean, this season we got 20-something games left, and they still don't know how to switch. And you can hear that AD and them talking about the same shit over and over again.
It's a little better, I think, after the All-Star break, man. It don't look as bad.
Man, it was a freaking layup line against the Jazz, dog. The people was walking in there, the people confused. They don't know who they got people pushing each other, pointing.
That comeback, that shit was kind of crazy.
Right. I'm like, man, that shit, we blowing these people out. Now we winning, but I'm saying at the same time, we allowing the Jazz to make it a game because of the defensive breakdowns, because the Pelicans will just get stuck. They will not. They don't know who they're switching on. They're still poorly switching. They're still allowing defenders to walk up to them and push them into the direction that they're going. You see what I'm saying? You can't allow that. If a defender is attaching himself to you and trying to guide you with him, he's trying to set up a mismatch against you, and you do not go there. You don't go there. You communicate to your partner around there, and you tell them, now you guard your yard, you handle your business. And we still having issues with that. And when we start playing these more difficult teams that are locked down on your ass with defense, then you're going to start seeing the Pelicans kind of struggle a bit. So we have to be able to still solve some of those issues. And we're doing better, but we're not there yet in terms of our defense to be considered a force just yet, right? So like I said, it's still stuff that we have to do. That's why I'm saying it's nice to see the Pelicans pick up wins finally, because they've been losing for a long time this season. But at the same time, man, I need respectability from the coaching staff and leadership. And I don't think we totally have that type of level of coaching. It's levels to this. And James Borrego, as nice of a guy as he is, to me, I would not. He doesn't have a championship ring as a head coach, and they got several out there, man. If I'm Joe, I'm going to get that coach. I'm not going to sit here and play with somebody else's people. That's just me. All right, so anyway, DC, last thoughts on that before we get on up out of here.
See what the Pels do against the Clippers, man. This is, I guess, been the highlight of the season for us, right? We actually look like we're competing for something. Guys are showing up. It's a different look, different energy. This is kind of the expectation I think we had of the team looking within, 5 to 10 games of Willie Green being fired. That wasn't the case. But right now, man, Sadiq Bey is looking like somebody that we definitely gonna have to find a way to give a contract. You've
Yes,
seen
indeed, bro.
Jeremiah Fears is everything you thought you were getting with the number 7 pick. You've seen the reemergence of DeJounte Murray, man. And we said here, or at least I did, you was in agreement that DeJounte wanted to get traded. He came out and said that was never
Spat
true.
against it. Yeah.
He said he never wanted to get traded. His agents never, like it was all stuff in the media. I don't know how true that is, but the way he's talking in press conferences and the way he's playing the game, sound pretty true to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if DeJounte wants to be here, and DeJounte has been playing, coming off an Achilles, man, I can't act like it's not impressive. He looks like exactly the same player. You don't even look like at certain times I could see it, like with certain steps, motions, it's kind of like he's dragging that foot. It just looked like a little cement block, in his shoe a little bit. But it's not really that noticeable. And for the most part, DeJounte looks like the same player he was before the injury, man. And this is a guy you still would have under contract for 2 more years. That gives Jeremiah Fears enough time to develop. When DeJounte's contract is up, he'll be 21 and probably ready to take over as a lead guard or starting guard in the team. And with all of that going on, whether you keeping Zion, you keeping the core intact, I think if you have DeJounte, we can do the shit that people say you can't do. Of what you can't build for the future and win in the present, right? Ain't that what a lot of them say? Well, if you got a point guard, you still got Trey and Zion here. You can maybe get some extra ancillary pieces, and you could be an exciting team that can contend for something. As well as you still got Jeremiah Fears and you still have Derek Queen that you're developing to be your guys of the future. So it's man, it's been a lot of ups and downs this seasons. A lot of things you wouldn't have expected that didn't go our way, and then now we're on a different part of the season where things you wouldn't have expected seem to be going our way. So let's see how long this wave goes, man. Be exciting to finally watch the Pelicans in a meaningful basketball game against the Clippers. I know they're like 19 and 40 something. I'm saying a meaningful basketball game. Well, the Clippers only got 27 wins. We beat them. We would have we 19. We got 19 wins, right? We don't have 20. Or do we have 20 wins?
We got 19.
19 wins. Okay, so we beat the Clippers. We got 20 wins. They got 27. So you'll be 7 games away with probably a little under 20 games to go. Or is it still 20? I don't know how many games we got left. But yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting going down the stretch if the Pels can continue to keep playing the way they're playing and getting some wins, because the schedule is gonna get easier. It don't get harder; it get easier than what it is after this road trip. So this is gonna be very interesting.
Yeah, that's very true, DC. Currently, right now, the Pelicans are about 10.5 games behind the Clippers in terms of that. But it's because they have 31 losses versus our 42 losses. So it's a 10.5 game differential to catch them. But the only way to catch these teams, you got to beat them.
Well, you beat them, that's it. That's an automatic 9 right there. It ain't gonna go to 9.5. It might go to it's gonna be 9 flat, right? If you beat them, so
it'll be 9 flat, yeah.
Ain't no telling, man. Everybody don't want to win either.
It'll be 10. It'll be 10. I think it'll be 10 if you beat them. But regardless of
how would it be 10 if not only are you getting a win and they getting a loss, but it's the direct head to head. I think that would count for a full game, right?
You might be right, bro. You might be right. I'm looking at the fact that they have
unless we played them 3 times,
11 less losses than we do. Mm-hmm. But you might have a point on that. But yeah, that's the only way to get there. I mean, you get that 20th win against the Clippers tomorrow. Dallas, the next team that you approaching to kind of move their spot because they're on a 2-game slide as well. They've won 2 of the last 8 games, so the last 2 of the last 10 games. So they're not really playing good basketball. Dallas, they got an issue as well. So the Pelicans with a win would be able to be about 3 games closer to them. And like I said, Memphis, their basketball isn't all that either. They're 3 out of the last. They're 3-7 out of the last 10. So these teams ahead of us are not playing very good basketball. Clippers not playing really good basketball right now. So Pelicans, man, determine where we see Zion and Trey at, man. A lot of teams looking to tank. Pelicans aren't, so they are motivated to win. This mix could help them, man. So yeah, we could see something special happen here.
Yeah,
so
Memphis won't win nothing. I don't think Dallas do,
no.
And I don't think the Clippers do. But maybe it ain't the Clippers. Maybe it's Portland. But this is the last chance to tank. I'm gonna keep saying that because they talking like they about to change the rules, man. So
yeah, they most certainly will. Come
I
up
think
with
teams
changes.
gonna capitalize on this, man. Teams that definitely have ownership in their pick. Like, why not? This may be my last chance to try to get the type of player I want, and it's under my own control. So we got some games to go, man. But you're gonna see people gracefully bowing out.
Yeah, and
maybe it may be a team we don't expect. What if Golden State just like, you know what, fuck it. Curry ain't coming back. We got rid of Kuminga. We ain't really getting nothing. What if Golden State just decide they want to tank? Who knows, man?
I mean, we have to wait and see, bro. But like I said, it's a lot of teams that we have that will play that are directly ahead of us for spots that we want. I mean, whether it's the Clippers, the Lakers, we got the Clippers 3 games, before the end of the season. We got them in L.A. Tomorrow. We got them twice in the Smoothie King Center and back-to-back games in middle of March. Mm-hmm. So we got a bunch of teams that we're going to see on our schedule that are teams that's ahead of us, which, we pick up some wins, we can climb into the plan, man. That'll be fun to watch. All right, so anyway, with that being said, what do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Let us know how you feel about it. Do you think the Pelicans – how long of a streak you think the Pelicans can mount? You think they can get a 5-game winning streak, kind of tie the 5-game winning streak we did, in December? What do you guys think on that? Could we beat that? Of course, we got the Clippers, and then I think the Lakers after that. So we'll be tuned up, man, trying to do it. There's the Clippers, the Lakers, the Kings, the Suns. Then we come home for Washington. Can the Pelicans finish strong on this 4-game trip out west, man? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the chat. With that being said, we're going to see you later, man. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about the Pelicans matchup and the win over the Clippers. I'm putting it in there. Pels win over the Clippers. With that being said, we out. Much love, peace, and go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat. I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever, pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a pelican forever, pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the WhoDatDaily.com, your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the WhoDatDaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pel Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.